Well, hello and welcome to ILoveGay today. And we are with Feryl in Southampton, UK. How are you, Feryl?
That's correct. Hey, I'm fine, thank you. Yeah, I'm good.
It's good to see you here. As I was saying earlier, I come to know you online, especially through Twitter and a lot of your posts. And you're just so positive, and it seems like you're really trying to put a smile on people's faces nowadays.
Well, yeah, I was brought up right. I've got a good family. Um, yeah, and the thing is, if you hold on to negativity, then it'll follow you around. So,
Very true. Well, I think that comes out in I've listened to some of your music and especially your latest release here, Wavy. Yeah, tell us a little bit about that.
well, Wavey's like a tropical pop song that is holding on to the summer for dear life because in England we don't really get a proper summer.
Yep.
Um, Everything I write comes from a real place, but I might embellish things a little bit or tweak them. And it's been about 15 years since I was actually in love. And so I kind of wanted to remember what that felt like. So I put it into a song.
Wow.
And there's this, you know how like, is it Krista Byrne that sang, "I'm not in love, so don't forget it." Is
Yeah,
that him?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a similar sort of thing, that I'm singing that I don't ever want to be in love. I'm not going to let it happen. I'm putting up all the walls and the doors and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then you meet somebody and they turn it all around and they break all those walls down.
Oh, I know firsthand of what you're speaking of. So,
Awesome. Well, if you know how to find it, then send it my way.
yeah. You had also told me though that you're being featured and played on BBC as well, or BBC Music. Is that it?
Yes, I've been played on BBC Radio recently by BBC introducing South. Trying to drum up some more interest from them. That would be awesome. It's the first time I've been making my own music since 2012. Before that, I was in a lot of bands and things.
Yeah.
And since 2012, I've been sending music to BBC Introducing, and you always get an email to say somebody's listened to your track, but
Yeah.
then it never happens. Like nothing ever happens. And
Yeah.
so many of my friends are in bands and they've been on the television and all of these things have happened for them. And a little while ago, it was really easy for me to get sucked into that whole "why hasn't it happened to me?"
Yeah.
But then I kind of met some people along my journey that have just reminded me that you have to be in the moment. I suppose that's where I get my positivity from.
Yeah.
And just naturally this time it happened. So
Nice.
I'm riding that train at the minute. I'm trying to stay positive. Off the back of Wavey, it's now September, so I'm doing a challenge called Songtember, which is put together by a Facebook page, Create, Record, Release. So if there's any musicians and artists that are watching this, it's not too late to start. It costs nothing to enter. The mission is to write, record, and release a single in September.
Oh.
So my single came out, what was it, a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then hopefully off the back of me trying to be positive and make this happen, I will have another single out, hopefully 1st of October.
Nice. It sounds like also another byproduct of how we're all cooped up and in quarantine and all this stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure that's affected you as well as the rest of us this year, but especially for getting out there and performing live and
Well,
all that good stuff.
On the performance side of things, yeah, it's been crazy. All of the bookings that I had here have all been cancelled, and it annoys me because I work a lot on the gay scene here,
Yeah.
and the queens are still getting booked. The drag queens are still getting booked, so
Yeah.
long as they don't try to raise audiences' voices. I don't know what uh, what happens in the US, because here they're allowed to perform, but the volume has to be to a certain level. Everybody has to be seated, and the audience can't sing along or dance.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think the thing is, when I perform, so much of it is interactive and it's about feeling good and dancing and stuff. It's really hard to do that if you just stand still and nobody's singing along.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it's going to be interesting because that's the whole thing is that the online component of what we're doing today and all this is just a part of or a piece of who we are. It's never really defined all of us, and yet because of that other part of our lives has been taken away, it's like this is kind of now in it's not new normal yet, but in this new wherever we're at limbo, it defines us so much more. And so that's where I think you and others have really adapted and tried to find different ways to at least in the interim kind of keep ourselves
Well,
out there and relevant.
I definitely think since the days of getting spotted by some A&R guy and then
Yep.
taken
Yep.
to a label and then getting signed, and then they will make you famous. Doesn't happen like that anymore.
Yeah.
The industry, the music industry's changed so much that you have to do so much of the work yourself to get the views on on YouTube, to get the likes on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Now TikTok's come along, so that's a whole new platform to learn.
Yeah.
I won't lie, it's not been easy. You know, I only downloaded TikTok at the beginning of lockdown, and I've only recently just started adding stuff to it because it was like, how do I have like all this time to do everything?
Yeah.
But you know, when you are locked in and you're trying to stay positive, then you just got to turn it around.
Yeah, no, I love that. Well, I'm very much looking forward to. I often say this, but being able to meet and meet in the real world
Well, actually, so
yeah.
I was speaking to Kenny last night from the Q Review.
Oh yes, yes, he's up in
He
Canada.
sends his love,
Fantastic.
and I said to him off the back of him promoting the single. So for those of you that are watching after this, make sure it's after this, not now. Go to YouTube and look for Feryl, Feryl. Wavey on YouTube, and please leave it a comment, like, share, subscribe.
Yep.
But he's done a bit of promo for me for the single, and I was a bit cheeky. It was very late last night, and I had to be up really early this morning to go and do some work for people.
Yep.
And I said, well, you know, if anything gets mentioned about Pride next year in California, you know, feel free to put my name forward. And he actually said, oh, don't worry, I'll be rattling some cages for you. So who knows? Maybe next year.
I love that. And, you know, oddly enough, we were in January of this year, we made an entire plan to be all throughout the UK in September, in this month. We had the whole thing laid out, and we were going to go to London and start out. And then from there, just kind of do a bit of a tour based on a lot of the work we do and all this ILoveGay stuff. And obviously that's been put on hold for a while. So
that's such a shame. It would be amazing to meet you.
Yes, but I think it's going to be even better next year or the year after when all this will add to it. So I'm very much looking forward to when we do resurrect and bring that trip back together.
Wonderful. I look forward to it.
Same here. So thanks so much for being here with us and sharing a little bit with our audience.
Lots of love to everybody at home. Yeah, I hope you welcome me with open arms when I eventually get to come over there.
You got it. All right. Take care now.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.